Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time to the channel, welcome to the channel. If this isn't your first time to the channel, then that welcome back was for you. We are playing a game I am very excited about. We are starting Monster Hunter World in Iceborne, where this is going to be an ongoing series for the channel, just because the game is so long. I'll be throwing other videos up with this game, so that will still continue with the story-driven games as well. But this is something I want to get into. I want to play. If you guys haven't played Monster Hunter, hop on the game. We'll play it together. I'm going to be trying to be informational during the gameplay. There's a lot to this game. If you've never played a Monster Hunter before, it's going to be very, very confusing. But that's okay, because this video will be around for a long time. So use it as many times as you need to learn whatever you want. And with that being said, let's get cranking.
Sisters and brothers of the Fifth Fleet.
Yes.
It's time.
Okay.
I'll keep my farewell brief.
Thank you.
Never was much with words. Once
That's what the last commander said.
There's no turning back.
Whew.
The next ground your feet will touch.
Now this
will be
game,
that of the new world.
the storyline, which a lot of Monster Hunters are the same way, but the story doesn't really matter. You're going to an island, you're going to hunt monsters, you're going to build awesome weapons, awesome armor, and then you're just going to hunt more monsters, get stronger, hunt more monsters, get stronger, make potions. That's pretty much what this game is. But this is the first Monster Hunter game that I myself personally spent several hours in. I'm probably like around 1,000 or above 1,000 by now of hours into this game. But oof, last week was a rough one. I was trying to record my next two games that I wanted to do, this one, and there's another game that's going to be coming out with this one. I'm not going to spoil it right now because this one's going to go up first, but I hope you guys enjoy that one. With that,
Yo, did you hear? We're almost there.
we are.
You ready to grab this new world by the horns?
Heck yeah.
Don't know.
I mean, I was just talking to the people, but you know, thanks for interrupting.
So, nervous?
Not really.
Believe you me, I get it. Anything could happen to us, but hey, that's
Yeah,
happened.
but I mean,
Hey, aren't you
I'm
one
not
of
nervous.
the A-list hunters?
yes, I am
way.
actually. Yeah.
So are we.
Yeah. Okay. What's your
Hey,
name?
Tell us your name.
I asked you first. All right, so we're gonna be. Oh goodness! To go along with my story, last week I could not record at all. Don't know what was going on. OBS didn't want to work for me, and I was on the struggle bus. I was able to come out with a couple shorts. But that was about it for the extent of my content last week, which I was a little disappointed in. But that's okay. We made it through. My stuff is recording now. I had to do so much troubleshooting, but hey, at least we got it. Hopefully it's working correctly. Yes, it seems to be working. So, basically, I try to record this game not once, not twice, but 3 times. Now, granted, I've already played this game way longer than not anybody ever, but anybody that I know of. And, so I already know what to kind of expect with this game. Kind of have an idea on how I want my character to look, but basically it boils down to just the time, because the beginning of this game is nothing but a tutorial technically. We're still hunting, we're still fighting monsters, but as far as the actual tutorial goes, it's part of the main game. So I have played through the tutorial on this game multiple times with my other accounts, but like just trying to record it for the channel alone, I've gone through it 3 times almost. So we're going to kind of move along there, but I also am going to be trying to keep it more educational for us. Man, noses are so weird. If I go like this, I look like a young boy. If I go like this, his bridge is way too long. Now, I know I don't have a beard in real life, but you know, if I want people to take me as a serious monster hunter, monster hunters gotta have beards. Now, y'all don't be making fun of me. Yes, freckles are in the makeup category. Don't know why I don't put mine on myself. I don't even know if you guys can see mine, but I don't put mine on myself. So I don't know anybody who has freckles that puts them on themselves every single day. But we're going to save that color. Nice. And then if you're ever making a character, I'm going to show you a little trick when it comes to freckles, if you do have freckles out there. We're going to confirm this. Now we have 3 different makeup slots here. We have a little bit of freckles. But as most people know that do have freckles, it's never a little bit of freckles. We're going to go here. We're going to position these a little bit lower than the last ones. Yeah. We're also going to go out a little bit with them. Alright, guys. We are finishing up here. Gotta pick our voice. Yeah, manly voice. Alright, and default armor. So this is where it starts getting tricky. So when the DLC came out, they came out with this Guardian armor, Guardian weapons. We're not going to be using that. I'm going to try and go through this as genuine as possible. If you get this armor, you get these weapons, you are not going to learn any of the basics of the game. That is simply because this Guardian armor gives you way better perks. It gives you way stronger weapons. And then it also comes with a free element right off the bat, which is like 120 blast damage, which is just extra damage on top. Now, if I was completely switching over and I wasn't playing this for YouTube, I would get this gear. I also have many hours in this game, and I'm just trying to get to the end game as fast as possible. But we are not trying to rush it. Alright, we're going to go ahead, enter our name. Psh, you already know. Oh, my caps lock is on. We're going to do Master Hunter. Frankie. Aww. Master Cranky. Crank. Master Crank. Alright, Master Cranky. Boom. We've did it. We've committed. Master Cranky. Yes. Our Palico. We're going to leave the Palico the way it is because it looks like my old cat from childhood. We're going to give it that cat's name, Persia. Yes, I was playing a lot of Prince of Persia when I got my cat. And I was very excited to have a cat and name it Persia. Almost looks identical to that cat.
So, how about a toast?
Thank you. Don't mind if I do.
To the A-list and the commission.
Yeah, let's go. So what's your name?
So, tell me, what's your theory? The Elder Dragons must migrate to the New World for some reason.
It's a little thing called
After running the research commission
hibernation.
for 40-odd years, the guild's itching for an answer. They say the Fifth Fleet's got the best shot at cracking this case, and I agree.
Goodness, you are so loud.
Hey, speaking of,
We were on a
A-listers
boat,
usually
man.
operate in teams of 2. Have you sat down with your partner yet?
No, I have not. I'll let you guys take a guess at who my partner is.
Listen to that.
Now, throughout this game, I don't know if you guys have ever played the original Resident Evil 4. Not the remake, because they changed up Ashley's character, but the
You're on the
original
A-list, right?
Resident Evil 4.
Meowdy-do.
Ashley is the most annoying character known to the gaming world.
Put her there. I happen to
Or
be
at
an
least one of the
A-lister
most.
myself. Whoa!
This handler, she's up there in the top 5. So I apologize ahead of time, but there's going to be a lot of annoying moments with her. So just bear with me through those. Oh yeah, it's time to go. It's Godzilla. Just will you hold on, handler? Jeez. Now literally hang on. Pelico! Pelico! No! He was a good boy. Oh yeah. Even from the cutscene, like that bone on the bottom of the boat, that's monster bone from monsters that are being hunted. Like, we hunt these monsters for everything. And they never seem to go extinct. Oh, look at that. Oh, that is so cool. There's some wyverns up there. We got all this volcano action going on. Alright, let's go, let's go, let's go. Climb, climb, climb.
Oh, hey, it's you! Look what happened to the ship.
Yeah. Looks stuck.
We have to do something.
Those big things on top of the boat right there,
It's not safe here.
those are called Dragonators. And that is a massive weapon to fight massive monsters made out of massive monster bones. Ooh. Well, it looks like they're fine.
We need to get out of here. I've got an idea. This way.
So while we go ahead and we play through this section, I'm going to give you a little bit of dive into my Monster Hunter background here. So my very first ever Monster Hunter game, believe it or not, was Monster Hunter for the 3DS. Now, I didn't know this at the time, but that is a terrible way to start playing Monster Hunter.
My first encounter would be filled with so much packing. Shoo! Shoo!
Because it just, I don't know if it was ported correctly or what, but I also saw later on, oh yeah, by the way, we're on a monster.
I knew it!
This is a monster that we can hunt.
Hit your run and get up!
Oh yeah,
Come on!
we are on top of its head right now. Well, now we are.
Then jump!
And here's its nose. Woo! And gotcha. Look at that big boy. So I didn't know it at the time, but Monster Hunter 4 was not a very highly reviewed game, or it wasn't highly sought after. So I was already starting off on a bad note, but I couldn't get into it. And then this game came out, ooh, I'm gonna get this wrong, 2018. 18-ish, 17, 18, somewhere around there. But before that took place, I ran into this guy while I was in the military who just came from Japan. It's like, yo man, you need to play this game. It's called Monster Hunter. I was like, yeah, I tried 4 like on the 3DS. Like I couldn't get into it. Too many loading screens because literally every section of the map had a loading screen. And it isn't, the older games don't tell you anything. They don't have this long tutorial mode where they walk you through everything. And so they kind of just drop you in the middle and they're like, go hunt. I'm like, okay.
Somebody must have set up this camp.
So he was like, nah, man, nah. I've put like 3,000 hours into Monster Hunter 3. That's the one that everyone plays. Like, you gotta play that one. Monster Hunter 4 is terrible.
It has a map in it.
Like,
Well, part of one at least.
I don't have the game. Like, I don't. It was mostly just for
Looks like we're right around here.
Nintendo at the time.
The Research
And
Commission's base of operations is here.
Monster Hunter
This
3
is
came
where
out
our
for the
ship was
Nintendo
supposed to
Wii U.
dock. For now, I think it would
So,
be
I
best
mean,
if we
not the
make our way
greatest
to
console
base.
ever to play it on,
The
but
map should help us
apparently it
find
was
our way.
very, very popular. And so he's like, nah, man, I got an extra copy. Don't worry about it. I'll walk you through it. We'll play this game. It'll be awesome. You're going to love it. Got into it. It was fun. But when I say that there was a lot of loading screens, there was a lot of loading screens. So this whole map right here that we're looking at right now, I can go any part of the map anytime I want,
The Research Commission's
and
headquarters.
I don't
Come
have to
on, let's
load
get going.
at all. So this section here, this big section 1, if you cross this little line that's here in the older games and go into area 2, there's a loading screen.
According to the map.
Well,
to
this
get to
game's about
HQ,
tracking
we need
monsters
to-
too. So you would track the monster and you had to pay attention to what exit it went into. Because if it took this exit, went into area 3, but you thought it went into area 2, because you're trying to recognize its pattern,
These
you go in there,
aftermaths seem
loading
every
screen.
bit as
You look
docile
around,
as the
don't
ones
find the
back
monster,
home.
come back out, loading screen. Go back into section 3, loading screen. By that time, the monster is going to
Looks like
move
we need
on
to
to
go
another
around.
section. There's another loading screen. So it was very annoying and took you out of all the fun that could be had in the game. This one completely took that
Something's
out of the
up.
equation,
Scout flies are
and
gathering.
I think they're following that trend since Worlds came out. And this game also was the first one to come out for PC, Xbox, PlayStation, and I don't think it
weird
actually
print.
came out for the Switch. I think the Switch was out
There's
by
one
then.
over here too. Come on, I had the scout
What?
flies memorize my scent earlier. If you lose sight of me, just follow the scout flies, and they'll lead you right to me.
But I didn't need to find you. I was going where we need to go. So once this game dropped, like my buddy was getting super hyped about it. It was Monster Hunter World, yeah. And I saw trailers for it and saw that it was going to be on something other than
We can push our way through
Nintendo.
these vines.
I was like, it looks amazing. Like, I want to try it. Because in the older versions, like, the armor is super bulky. And, like, that's just the style of the game. Like, armor was super bulky. And it was just a lot slower pace. Oh, look at that little guy. But they sped everything up. They made everything more sleek. More, I guess, like, Americanized. Like Northern America style of armor styles, and it worked. I fell in love with this game, and I've been playing it ever since.
Don't pick a fight if you don't have a weapon. You need to hide. Come on, this way.
Okay, I'll hide.
Quietly.
Oh, he definitely knows where I'm at. Don't act like you don't know where I'm at. Alright, that's fine.
Okay, the coast is clear. Let's get
But the
going while we
intensity of
still
the
can.
battles and the fact that literally a monster can one-shot you. A big thing about these games too, and what makes them so fun, is that it's not a normal, typical boss fight when you go and hunt a monster. They don't have any kind of life bar to them. So your damage,
Nothing can
I
stop
believe,
us.
does show up when you're hunting the monster and when you're hitting the monster. So that way you know how much damage you're outputting, but you don't get to see the monster health. The only thing you can tell that the monster is getting weaker is it will start to limp, it will start to drool, it will start acting tired. This level of detail in this game is huge.
What is this track?
Like right now, I don't have a weapon, so I can't do anything.
Look!
I already found the trail. Goodness.
There's more over there. Let's check it out.
Okay, let's check it out then. Ooh. So those are the scout flies. So scout flies will help you track a monster. But as you saw earlier, we grabbed a... Hello, buddy. We grabbed a footprint. That was a skid mark. So you collect markings from creatures, and your scout flies start picking up the scent, start picking up the tracks, and eventually, if you have enough research, you'll just be able to go straight to the monster.
Don't mind me.
Like, you can just follow your scout flies and you'll be able to find the monster.
Okay, let's
But in the
go.
beginning, you have to sit there, you have to track it, you have to learn its habitat and everything like that. Let's go! And here we go. Real!
What are you waiting
Ho ho ho. The goodest of boys. Not really. That dude is a pain in the butt. But monsters will actually fight each other in this game. You'll have like actual battles of the monsters. Oh, just the level of detail to this game is amazing.
Jump!
Yeah. Whew.
Hey,
You
Yeah,
all right?
that was almost
Let's
a
go.
finisher.
Okay.
Also, there's a lot of dialogue in this game. I'm not going to voice act everything. I'm going to let the voice actors do their thing. I'm going to try not to just click as
Amazing,
fast as
ain't it?
possible through the dialogue
Just look at this
to
gate.
skip it and get along with
it's
it.
like nature meant for us to build.
As I said in the beginning,
Stara. I like
the
it.
story doesn't matter in this game. Your deal is to hunt monsters, get research,
The rest of the fifth
hunt
were already
monsters.
here. You're the last to arrive.
Well, if we beat the boat, I'd be very surprised. They seem to slide off the giant monster's back very easily.
Okay, set him down here. Take it
I'll
nice.
need to tape up your shoulder. Hold still for a bit.
Hey, you guys made it.
Hey,
Be right back.
what's your name?
You're alive.
Had it rough, huh? When we couldn't find you two, we were starting to sweat bullets.
You weren't
Scared us.
sweating
Talking
bullets.
about going out to look for you.
Don't lie.
All's well that ends well.
Hey, we need a hand. Sorry.
Come on.
Catch you later.
Dude is eager as all get out.
This here's our trade yard. I guess the name says it all.
What do we
Look
do
at all
here?
the people, the stuff.
Incredible, right? We've got it all here. We've got hunters to do all the exploring.
I love
scholars
too
to do the
how
research.
it's very
technicians to
much
keep them
like
going.
put together,
This
but in
place is the
certain
beating
parts of the
heart of the
camp, you
commission.
can tell it's like
Wait here a sec.
very not put together.
Commander,
Like they'll just
found
stick a ship somewhere and be like, oh, this is housing. But then you'll have like actual buildings and like that big canopy that you saw for the research. But then you see there's half a boat right there for their command deck. Like, it's interesting. It gives it character. So this is the part where I'm talking about, like, he says, welcome to Exteria. And then there's all this dialogue, and I'm not going to read through all of it. I'm going to try very, very hard not to click through it. But this is my favorite music, too, I would have to say. It's just so happy.
Well, off you go.
Okay, I'll give you the grand tour.
Grand
Let's start by
tour.
looking for your palico.
Whole new world to see.
This is our stockpile. They carry most of the basic necessities.
Do they have my
Stop by later
palico?
to see what they have.
Because you said we were going to go look at my palico first. All right, let's go.
Next is the smithy. It's this way.
Look at that wagon wheel. See, like this crane, the wagon wheels, it's all so put together. At the very top, a boat. Half of a boat. But these stairs, look how put together they are.
Commission's 5th Fleet, right?
But there's a boat right there.
The old man in charge, my grandfather, was with the 1st. That was a long time ago.
They just like stacked a bunch of boats and then made
Not my
houses.
fleet. Born and bred right here.
Oh, I've never noticed over there actually. That's interesting. Oh, I guess they do have some monster pieces lying around too. It's like I'm surprised that they don't make more stuff out of monster
Here's our
bones.
smithy. This is where you can craft weapons and armor. You'll be here a lot.
Yes, yes, we will be here a lot.
Look at this place. Want to check it out?
With what? We have no weapons. We have no armor. Get
Ooh,
out of here, handler.
it's toasty in here.
And we're just gonna leave you in there. You can stay toasty in there.
The canteen.
Trying to find my palico.
I'm so there.
Are you my palico? You look close, but no, my palico is yellow.
Over here.
Doo-doo. Palico. Persia.
This here's our canteen.
Hey,
That looks like
over
my
there.
palico. There it is, Persia.
Hey, you.
Oh, so cute. Just the cutest little guy.
Aw.
Giant
I knew you'd
cats.
pull through.
I love it.
Right. They're calling for a council.
They're
Come on.
calling for a council.
Yeah.
Let's go. I want to start hunting.
Now that you are all here, let us begin council. After tracking a migrating elder dragon across the sea,
This part is
Fifth Fleet
very
have finally arrived in
interesting
Astera.
because it's literally set
Give
up
them a
like a
warm
cutscene. Everything's voice
they're a fine
acted,
group,
but then you have to
worthy
press A.
comrades who will help see the Research Commission's long efforts finally rewarded. Would you like to say a few words?
Thank you, sir. We're ready to roll up our sleeves and get our hands dirty.
This here is the Commission's core team. You should all get to know each other.
Looking forward to it.
I noticed that we're here at the meeting.
Now,
I don't know
down
what
to
that says
business.
about that other hunter.
The latest monster to make the Elder Crossing is known as Zora Magdaros. Huge monster
Magdaros.
with a mountain of fire upon its back. The Research Commission's job is to discover exactly why the Elder Dragons are migrating to the New World.
Elder dragons have been with us since the dawn of time. Altering the ecosystem, reshaping the land, leaving disaster in their wake. Once every decade or so, they flock to this continent. But for what reason?
Good
With
question.
the Fifth's help, we will find the missing link.
Here, here.
Now we're talking.
Hey, little miner buddy.
Hunters, for the time being, I need you to focus on investigating our Jagras problem and securing Astera. Start by investigating the Jagras' habitat. Find out what makes them tick, then we'll go from there.
Kill him. Got it.
Right. We're on it, sir.
Everyone else, you know the drill. Make sure these hunters have everything they need.
Now we're talking.
You two, make it a priority to learn how we do things around here. You'll find good teachers, so don't be afraid to ask.
Yeah,
You heard him. Stick with me and you'll have no problems.
that's not what he said.
The Fifth's banner promises a change in the wind. All right, dismissed.
Yes, let me get my weapon. So there are 14 weapon types.
Over here.
Yep. Okay. So, not only do we have a room, but it's right here. The weapons. Goodness, when I tell you that there's a lot of detail in this game, just the weapons alone. Like, I'm gonna kind of breeze through it a little bit, but we'll touch on it several times while we're playing this playthrough. And everything that applies to you applies to your Palico as well. So, it's a little bit more simplified for the Palico, but basic concept. Different weapons. Yes. We'll exit the tutorial for now, but I can talk. Oh, it will still let me pick the Guardian stuff. That's interesting. But look at this. Defense 2. So the way armor works is it's broken down into all different types of defenses and skills. Our leather headgear that we have, just for the helmet, it gives us defense and fire defense +2. The skill it gives us is hunger resistance. Skills, I would need a whole video to talk about skills, but we're just going to play it through. I'm going to go with some of the skills that I like. Health boost is going to be a big one. Attack boost and defense are going to be the three main ones that you want to focus on when starting a new game. There's several videos out there on just skills, let alone in gyms. That is not going to be this video. But as you can see, these are the two basic gears. This is what only used to exist in the main game. When they came out with the DLC, they then gave Guardian. And as you can tell, just the helmet alone gives us 50 defense. Gives us health boost, gives us recovery up. Recovery up is another one, pay attention to. Gives us 3 extra for dragon, 2 extra for ice, and 6 for fire. This game, if you choose the Guardian, you will not learn this game until when it's too late, and then you're going to struggle, and then you're going to hate this game, because if you do too bad for too long at this game, it will beat you down. Anyways, weapons! We have the great sword. We have the katana. We have still shield and sword. We got dual blades. We got hammers. We got the charge blade, which is my personal favorite. We have the switch axe, which is another one of my favorites. We got the gun lance. Gun plus lance. Who could go wrong with that? But it's a very slow weapon. Not a huge fan, but it's fun to use. Regular lance. It's gun lance without the gun. People still like it. You can get some pretty good defense off of it, but, you know, it's still slow. Hunting horn. Hunting horn is a very interesting weapon, and how they executed it is very detail oriented in itself. Every weapon has 2 different types of damage. You have blunt damage type, and you have sharp damage type. Sharp damage type, you can cut pieces off the monster, like the tail. You get a lot of rare materials from a monster tail. Blunt weapons are used more like the hammer and the hunting horn. They are used for knocking the monster down, knocking it out, making it exhausted. You're mainly going to focus on the head, whereas most other weapons you're going to try and focus on the tail. So we got the hunting horn. Now this is a support only. Well, no, I'm not going to say support only, because people can do really good damage with the hunting horn. Me personally, I would have to use it as a support only weapon. But basically, you're creating boosts for your entire hunting team. We're going to be doing solo for most of this, but if we were in a group of 4 and we were all communicating and in a party, somebody would be a hunting horn. They could play the hunting horn, because that takes a lot of skill to master, and it also is very helpful in an actual fight. Then we got the insect glaive. This one's the flippy boy. This one's the showmanship. If you like making, you know, big, flashy, staying on the ground, not trying to touch the ground at all type fighting style, this is your weapon. It's a double-ended spear, and you get a little bug. You send out the bug, attach it to different parts of the monster, you get different skills back. Attack boost, defense boost, affinity boost, those kind of things. Now, Then we go on to the gun lance. And, oh, sorry, the bow gun. Bow gun, not gun lance, bow gun. And the heavy bow gun. These are strictly just ammo-based weapons. Yes, they're essentially this version's game of guns, but it works. You have like little pods that you can make, and then the bow will launch the ammo out at the monster. Then the iron bow, fast weapon. You use different kind of coatings for your arrows, whether it be poison, stun, fire, just normal power to give it more damage. But it also has a really good skill. It's called the... Oh, I can't remember what it's called right now. But it will hit the monster for tons of damage. You have a little rock pouch that you can send and like shoot up in the air, and it will drop rocks on the monster's head, and that can knock it out. Very versatile weapon. And if you do it right and you get the right build, you can do huge amounts of damage with the bow, which that's more of like an in-game damage weapon. The biggest thing for all these weapons is, as you can see, they have the attack, the sharpness, affinity is like your crit rate in this game, and then your element is like a type of special element damage that it can do. Right now, none of these are going to have element damage because they're all basic weapons. And I think we might use... Ooh, I like the dual blades too. Let's use the charge blade. So this one is a more complex weapon. It's basically a grown-up version of the shield and sword. They can also turn into an axe.
Want to get going?
Now, I will say this is one good thing about the first recording not working, the second recording not working, is because I haven't played this game in a while.
Sort through the research commission's leads.
But
And the ones they deem worth our attention become
this
quests.
weapon takes some memory in order to
Over here.
remember how to play with. There's charging involved, there's switching of weapons, there's
Right on
putting
time.
vials, and it's a complex weapon to use.
yeah.
But the more complex the weapon is, the more damage it can output, or the slower it makes you, the more damage you can output. There's always give and take with these weapons. Now this one can be a dud weapon if you don't know how to use it. They can all be dud weapons if you don't know how to use it. There's not one weapon in particular that you can just pick up and automatically be good with. Well, I guess sword and shield would be the basic one that you could probably just jump right into. But definitely when you're picking your first weapon, try them out. Go try it out, learn, look at the button combinations. There's a little practice area that you can go to train before you even do anything with it, so that you can tell if you're going to like it or not. But most of the time you're going to learn if you like a weapon just by playing it. Now, having that Guardian gear, completely different level to the game. This canteen is probably one of the most important things that you can do before you go hunting. Obviously, we're just going to be hunting baby monsters. We don't really need to worry about it. But if you have the Guardian armor and weapons on, you do not have to eat until you get to the end game. The end game being the end game of the very first storyline, which is the main game. I don't like that idea, especially because I played through it so much. Yeah, would it speed up the gameplay for us? Yes, it would. Do I necessarily want to do that? Not necessarily. Because then you would learn that going in and getting these boosts to your hunt are so important. So like just choosing this meal, I'm going to get 20 plus health, 25 stamina, and my Palico is going to get 8 points of health. It also comes with food skills, so feline insurance. That means I get an extra life. On every hunt, you get 3 lives. That's it. After that 3rd life, you gotta start the entire thing over again. And these hunts can go anywhere up to an hour long. Not fun when you get to 50 minutes left, the monster's limping, and then a rock comes and hits you and you KO. And you have to start all over. But these boosts will last you 15 minutes into your hunt. After that 15 minutes, you're gonna want to go back to camp and eat more food. So we're gonna pick this one real quick. Yeah, look at the boys cooking up some meals. Their food looks so good. Yeah. Let's eat. Looks like some good fish. Now, health and stamina, it's different than most games. So same as where you can't see the monster's health bar, the health difference between 100 and 300, which 300 is the max,
All right.
is
This is our first job. Let's
giant
do a quick
in
review
this
of quest.
game.
Rule number 1. Complete the objective.
Even though it's only
Each quest has an
300,
objective. Our current objective
that
is to eliminate
300
a
is like
specified
the
number of
maximum you can
Jagras.
have.
We ran into some Jagras on the way to base. The small monsters, remember? I think
Yeah.
we saw them somewhere around here.
Yep,
Want to check it out?
absolutely.
Rule number 2. Use the supply box. The Commission supplies us with a loadout of certain items for each quest. They're in the supply box over there. Have a look and decide what you should take along.
So depending on what mission you're doing, the supply box comes in handy. So as you continue on with a mission, you're going to start running low on your main stamina. So as you're just walking around the map, you're not using up any kind of stamina. You're perfectly okay to do what you need to do.
Be careful.
Hang on. Crafting list. This crafting list, all this stuff is craftable. We are going to keep all the potion stuff. We're going to keep the hot and cold drinks. We're going to keep the pods the way that they are. I don't think this will be a thing that we can do, but we'll, it won't be very popular, but we'll do it. But we're going to get rid of all the ammo. So I don't need a crap ton of ammo because I don't use the bow weapons. Now, if you guys want me to try out different weapons, just so you guys can kind of see them if you're playing along, then just let me know. I'll hop on. I'll do the best I can. I'm not going to make any promises because a lot of the stuff requires
what you're able to do depends on whether or not
practice.
your weapon is drawn. When you're investigating or gathering items, you'll generally want to keep your weapon sheathed.
Don't make me come over there. Oh.
You can gather honey and mix it with a potion to make mega potions.
I'll mark gathering sites and monster positions on the wildlife map for you. A pack of Jagras! Those are the monsters we're after.
Let's see how you hold up when you're on your own.
When I'm on my own. Boy, please. Come on. I'll show you exactly how I work on my own. Come on, little Jagresses. Come here. And right about there. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, run.
They're on the run. Don't let them get away.
Hang on, I gotta carve.
Grab all the monster materials you can. You can use them at the smithy.
So I was just about to say that. Make sure you carve everything. You carve monsters, find monster bones, you pick those up. You get those little mining ores, as you can see over to the left of us. And then all this stuff will respawn too. So if you're out, there's expeditions that you can go on. Or it's just you hanging out in the map. You can discover a bunch of things on the map and then come back and like build more camps or get like specific paintings of specific monsters. There's a whole lot to consider in this game that there is to do. Whether you're just a collector, you just like hunting, you just like strategizing. Cheese.
Keep it together.
Alright. I guess I'll play this weapon right.
Use whatever you can. You can use the slinger with your weapon drawn.
Oops.
Look for the perfect moment, then fire.
Okay, got that. Oh. Alright, I'll load it up.
Okay, let's head home and report
So
back to
after
Goldman.
every hunt too, you're gonna have a chance to gather resources. Most of the time you're just gonna get about a minute, but right now we really want to get this stuff because there's a pair of arms, like armor, that we want to use that for. I'm gonna get this because this is special. And two, when you're gathering up everything, make sure that you just hold the button down. You don't have to go full into it and press it every single time. But you definitely want to make sure everything's going to typically have 3 times you can harvest from it. Except for like these little monsters, you get 1 carve out of them. Oh wow. I've recorded this section 3 times, and this is the most quest rewards I've gotten from it. So quest rewards are going to be different than the stuff that you pick up during the hunt. The stuff that you pick up automatically is yours. It goes straight to you. This is extra rewards on top of everything else that you gathered while you were out on the mission. And then your Palico will also grab items. Really good for farming. There's perks to allow your Palicos to pick up more stuff. Or skills, perks. Yeah, it just depends on how you like to word it.
Good to see you.
Super easy. Man,
Listen
kiss
up.
it on. Okay. We're gonna leave that off.
All right. Now that you've got some materials, why don't we head over to the smithy to see what you can do with them?
I think we're gonna hold off. We still got some other stuff that we can do. So this lady right here is in charge of the online, as you saw that little message pop up. So that was allowing the online feature. After you get past that first couple, or that first mission, I should say, you'll be allowed to start playing online and start to play with other people. And as you see down there in the bottom right corner, there's a login bonus. So every day you log in and you get a lucky voucher and some kind of bonus item. You can also get event stuff from that, but that giant boat that I pointed out earlier, it is like the main like hub area when you're doing online stuff. There's a lot of people with question marks. We'll worry about those in a little bit. We'll ask this dude what's going on. But that's because this dude is awesome. He's the biggest Palico, and he's also a chef. I like his weapon too. So new quest added. By talking to people, you unlock side quests. There's a lot of them. But they'll unlock specific things like, if I do his mission, I'll get like a new type of food that gives me new bonuses. Oh, you're gonna make me go talk to the smithy? Fine. Airship engineer. Yo, dude, what's up? Oh, I'm clicking through it. Whoops. Alright. I'm gonna click through it for right now, but you guys let me know if you want me not to, because I didn't click through it in parts of this video. So let me see if you like the differences. Defender armor equip. Yep. Yeah. Exit the tutorial. Yeah, no, I know what you're selling, lady, and I don't want it.
There you are, Climber.
Yay! Exit the tutorial. So, upgrading weapons and upgrading armor. So if you're upgrading armor, you do it with armor spheres. If you're upgrading weapons, you do it with materials. So here's our charge blade, upgrading the weapons. You can add stuff to a wish list, so it will tell you in the like right corner if you're close to getting the materials that you need or if you found anything in the materials. So this is the defender tree, and at the beginning of each of these trees, these ones on the very end, you should be able to craft by yourself. We're not going to do the defender stuff as I've already explained, because as you can see the difference, this is the first iron weapon. 288 for damage, sharpness is in the yellow. The more sharpness you have, the more damage you can continue doing without having to sharpen your blade. Yes, there is sharpening in this game, and the way you do potions and sharpening, if the monster cuts you off or disrupts you from sharpening or eating or drinking, then you lose that item first off, and then you have to redo that entire like stop just so you can finish. Not fun. But as you can see, very first one, 288 damage, yellow sharpness. We go up to this huge bar of green sharpness, which is better than yellow sharpness, 150 extra damage of blast, and 468 damage. That ain't right. It takes one material to make that thing. And then to upgrade it, takes one material to upgrade it. Now, any upgrade that I can't see is because I haven't found that item and I haven't found that monster part. But you can see in the tree, it goes down and there's some things with little elements next to it. And those elements are the type of damage, like extra damage that you can do with that weapon. So like this is a water weapon. This is a poison weapon. If you're looking over there at the element, it will tell you. You got a paralyzing weapon. You can stun the monster with this weapon and just beat away at it. This is a thunder weapon. Now each monster has their own weaknesses and strengths. If you're fighting against a certain monster, it's going to be weak to a certain type, it's going to be strong to a certain type, or it could be weak across the board or strong across the board. The way you find out is by collecting those materials, those footprints, those scents, those like spit samples, the carcasses that the monster leaves behind. You gather all that information and then you give it to a researcher and he'll add it into your little hunter notebook. And you have a little notebook with each monster in it that you can cycle through. And that will tell you, like, depending on your research level of that monster, it will tell you its weak spots, what parts you can get from breaking certain parts off the monster. Like if you break its claws off, you get a specific item from doing that. If you cut its tail off, you get a specific item from that. It will tell you all that, but it will also tell you what it's weak to, what it's strong against, what ailments like poison or sleep or paralysis, if it's weak to those things, depends on how often they will take effect on that monster. Whole lot of information. And we'll be going, this video is going to be a little bit longer and full of more information than normal, just because of the fact that there's so much information. I want to get a good baseline down for everybody, and then as we progress through the story, we'll just touch on these, and hopefully you guys have answers in the comments. Hopefully you guys are following along at home, and we can work through whatever questions you have together. So we will go ahead, actually, let's see. This goes eventually into a paralyzing weapon. This eventually goes into a water weapon. Ooh, that's a good one. So the two that you start out with too is the iron weapon and the bone weapon. Bone weapon, it's give and take. Everything in this game is give and take, except for the defender tree. I hate the defender tree. So the bone tree, the sharpness bar of yellow is very, very small on it. And why I keep bringing up sharpness and why it's so important is not only do you have to stop doing damage if you're sharpening, but the higher your sharpness, the more you can cut through the monster's armor, the monster's like bone, and the less your weapon's gonna bounce off. Because if your weapon bounces off, you're not doing any damage either. But this may have a higher attack at 324, but with it being a lower sharpness level, I'm gonna have to stop and resharpen way more often than the iron weapon. So in the long term, the iron weapon is still doing more damage because I can be out in the fight longer. Now, it doesn't look like a whole lot when I'm switching between, but that could be literally a matter of like 5 minutes extra damage before stopping. And then if we go into this next upgrade for the iron, it goes 324, which is the base for that. But see, if we go up one in the bone, we're at 360. So not that far off, but the iron sharpness goes up to a green bar now, which means I can do more damage. The higher your sharpness level as well, there's a multiplier for damage on your sharpness. So this weapon is now doing more damage than the bone weapon at level 2 because it has just a full yellow bar, which means I'm down in percentage on my multiplier, and it's only less than 40 more damage in the actual weapon level. So we're gonna go ahead and do this. Yeah, craft, build, work, minions, work. Upgrades. Alright, so now that unlocks 2 different things. We can go into the water weapon when we get those materials, or we can go into, stay in the ore tree and keep on going with the damage and the sharpness upgrading. Now, you want to do an element weapon if you have the choice to. Not only can you pick it versus, like, if I use this against fire monsters and do more damage, it's also going to put the fire out of the monster and decrease its power. The mechanics of how these weapons work is again very interesting, and the more you research the monster, again, the more you get as far as information on that monster. And you will have to go back if you want a specific weapon, if you want a specific armor set, you will have to go back and farm that monster multiple times. So you're going to want to set yourself up for success and get a weapon that's going to work best for it, get an element that's going to work best for it. The difference between trapping a monster versus just killing the monster all the time. You get different rewards. It's all depending on that research level, because that will break it down for you. It will tell you if you capture it, you'll get these parts. If you just slay it all the time, you're not going to get those same parts, and you won't be able to craft that weapon that you're after. Oh, did I not accept it? Ha! Just tried going out.
We're on the hunt.
Post a new quest. Assigned. Restodon Kerfuffle. You know, if it wasn't for the giant monster fights, like, this game would be so wholesome. So, before we had a chef's choice platter up there, but the chef's choice platter is not up here anymore. So now we have a meat platter, we got a fish platter. I'm gonna go with the fish, or the meat platter, because it gives me 10 plus health, 25 stamina, my palico plus 4 health. It also gives me attack up small. So before we do that, I'm gonna pull up, if you hit the start button, over to the right, you'll pull up all your hunter information. So your hunter rank, which that depends on how much, like how you progress through the monsters that you're fighting. You'll level up to a certain point, and then you'll start getting into different armor ranks, and that's a whole nother category as well. But health is at 100, stamina is at 100, weapon type bonus, less physical damage taken, so depending on what weapon you pick will have its own bonus type. Attack from the weapon is 324, sharpness we already talked about that, affinity already talked about that, element already talked about that. See, we're moving right along. Down there at the bottom is all your pieces of armor together. This is the general stat of all your armor. So total defense, we have 11. As I showed you before, that one piece of defender armor gave you 50. So scales very different. If you have 5 pieces of 50, you can do the math. That's over like 525 damage. 250 defense. Sorry. My math was a little off on that one. Versus 11 starting out. You're talking Huge difference. The numbers don't get very big, but their values are a lot more. And then we have 10 plus fire damage on top of our 10 defense already. Then if we hit the right trigger, this is going to be a list of all your skills that your armor gives you. Whereas you saw that helmet gave us 2 skills right off the bat, this whole armor set gives us 1 level of hunger resistance. As you see those empty squares, that means it can go up to level 3. And then if you, let's see, there should be a way to actually read your skills. Oh, skill info. So we went to equipment info, press the back button, go to skill info. If you're playing on a mouse and keyboard, I apologize. I'm playing on controller. Haven't gotten used to a mouse and keyboard yet since getting my PC. It's still pretty fresh. But if you go to this, it will tell you everything that's equipped to your character, what it does, and the levels on what they do. So hunger resistance reduces the maximum stamina depletion over time. Like we talked about before, your main stamina will deplete over time. If you're constantly chasing the monster down, if you're constantly fighting the monster, every time you swing your weapon, it counts like long-term against your hunter. Extends the time until your stamina cap decreases by 50% is level 1, and then it keeps on going. If you get to level 3, it completely prevents your stamina cap from decreasing at all. So skills are a huge part of this game. So we're gonna get our meat platter. Alright, so we got 10 plus health, 25 stamina. We go back into that menu. Now we got 110 health, 125 stamina. Our weapon damage is now up to 342. I think it was like 320 something. So we got 20 more damage as well out of that. I can go ahead and depart and go hunt us down some Kestodons. I have an idea on where I want to end with this video too. Go to our supply box.
Want to get going?
You don't tell me where we go. Yeah, you have a big sword, but I have a big sword and shield. Alright, so I made the mistake last time. These are not our target. I thought they were at once.
There we are.
Yeah.
Our Kestodon. Let's see you take him out on your own. Huh. Be careful.
Oop. Haha. Oops, didn't hold it long enough. Oh, might help if I actually went into where I need. No. Oh, as I told you, these weapons take practice. All right, put this weapon away. We're gonna carve. Always remember to carve. Is the biggest thing you can make a mistake of, especially early on in the game.
The Kestodon are the least of your worries. There are a lot bigger monsters lurking in this forest.
Yeah, I know there are. We've seen them already.
The endemic life around here
So,
is handy during a hunt. Try to learn as much as you can about
boom, vitality. So there's little stuff on the side that you can kind of pick up, like that little vitality plant that will literally give you health during the fight. So as you see up in the upper left, you have that green triangle or green diamond. Wow. Yellow diamond, that's health and stamina. Once you actually start fighting the monsters, you'll see that those bars will come out and you'll actually be able to see like where my health and my stamina are at. Over to the left of those is your mission clock or your hunt clock. Right now it's set to 50 minutes. So that whole gray area, I'm pointing to it like you can see me, and there's no cursor I can give you. But basically that little gray area and the red line, that's where the timer will end. It will give you like a 10-15 minute warning, so no worries about that, having to constantly look up at your timer. Below that we have our weapon sharpness. It was at green when we started. it's at yellow. So before I go fight these next set of smaller monsters, I'm going to sharpen. There are skills to increase the sharpening speed to where it takes one swipe and then you're back into the fight. That is a good skill to have. Ooh, what do you got? What do you got? Stone? Oh, psh. They're going to give me monster parts. With the charge blade, if you notice under my sharpness, I have vials, a shield, and a sword that is specific to this weapon. You won't have to worry about that if you pick any other weapon. Oh yeah, dodging is a huge importance in this game. Nope, that's not what I was doing. So that, put it into my shield. If you're paying attention to my vials up top too, oof, as they get red, my blade will turn red and I won't be able to actually do anything. But as you see, now my sword and my shield are charged up. Charging the shield takes up all my vials. Charging the sword doesn't take any of my vials, but I'll get more powerful hit from it. And I can constantly be putting everything into it.
Hey, come here. I think I found something.
But learning when to charge, learning what moves to charge it the quickest, will depend on your complete damage output. Man, don't kick me over there, please. I know at a certain point he'll just be like, hey, come here. Now you're automatically there. I need these parts to make these arms that I want. Because if we're going strictly just by playing the main storyline, these gauntlets that I'm going to try and craft give you like 15. Yep, there's a cutscene. Getting footprints, getting like cells and stuff for your scout flies. They're picking up the scent.
Look at those Kestodon. Something's up with them.
Yeah, there is. Yeah. He's a big boy now.
Now!
Super agitated Great Jagras is bad news for us.
Gotcha!
Hey, where's that footprint?
All right, partner.
Thank
New
you.
assignment incoming. Take down that Great Jagras.
Heck yeah.
If you're not ready, you can return to base and take on the Great Jagras quest.
Oh no, we're ready.
Want to get going?
Can't get that.
If you need to call your friends for help, go to the menu and select SOS Flare to signal them. And you're going to need friends when you go up against some of the tougher monsters.
That is
In order
true.
for the scout flies to better track a target monster, we need to keep finding traces of it. Like footprints, for example. Good. You're turning up a lot of clues.
So see how the scout flies kind of directed my camera that time? It's because they picked up on the scent of the monster. But now it wants me to, it wants me to go this way. Okay. So I don't know how he got so far away from us in that short period of time. But as you can see, now my scout flies are showing me the way because it picked up enough materials to where now they can track its scent. I can still pick up more so that I can get all that research and that information. Get me through these bushes. Now, doing it to where you go through and you just go back to the camp, maybe get some new armor. There's nothing wrong with that, especially when you're just starting out. Since I'm not too worried about that.
Okay.
Oh, give me that
Track the
footprint.
Great Jagras enough for the scout flies to lead us to it.
Oh, I do have stones.
You're
Okay.
less likely to lose sight of a monster if you use the focus camera.
Let's shoot a rock at it, get its attention.
If you're clever.
Yeah!
Distract monsters.
Yeah! 70 damage right off of that. We're gonna jump off here.
Charge blades have two forms, a sword and axe. Power of energy in a file. Release it through the axe.
Oh yeah.
You can
Take
use
it, take it, take it.
your weapon drawn. For the perfect moment, then
Recharge. Yeah, boom. Dodge out. Yeah, boom. Heavy damage. Whoa. Haha, I can't touch this. Ooh, I did not
their
dodge that.
attacks. Don't forget you can go 2.
Ooh, iframes. Yeah, take that, sucker.
Immobilized. Now's your chance.
And we're gonna do the big boy attack right now. Yeah! Oh, did I miss all those?
Losing its sharpness. Racing distance to use a whetstone.
Okay. Alright, my Palico can distract him for a little bit. Nope, he's back on us.
Watch out when the monster's enraged. It's better to hold off on your claw until things calm down a bit.
I love using the clutch claw.
That monster's really mad now.
Yep, he can stay mad.
Attacks.
Oh, always put your weapon
Monsters are running
away.
Use the scout flies as a guide and they'll lead you right to him.
If you're trying to hunt the monster with your weapon out, it's gonna take forever to get anywhere. So as you saw at the beginning too, I used that rock to trigger a trap. It comes with experience learning the map, but I also knew that I could trigger him by shooting that. Oh wait, yes, capture net. We're gonna equip that. We're gonna catch the spider. Who said Oh, that was my character. So getting spider webs, we can actually craft our own traps using this. And like I said, trapping the monster, we're gonna get different materials than if we were to just kill this monster. But we're gonna make sure that our first... why does that... Oh, no, okay, it's not. So there's also areas where you can mount the monster. So like when he tries to come after us like that, so he's not still in rage. Whoa! But I can go like this, I can mount him, and then I go and attack him. He's gonna try and shake me off, but hopefully I get enough damage. If you jump out of the way, you can add more stun to him. But this is also, if you look at my stamina bar, it's going to wear my stamina out, especially when he tries to shake me off. Not going to go so well for me, but boom, massive damage. Look at that 120 damage.
Now's your chance to
Again?
get in there and tear it up. Okay, monster's tired. Now's your chance to get some serious damage.
Do half of our vials into it. It's better than nothing. We're gonna dodge out of the way. Not quick enough. Oh, you gotta be quicker than that. Wait, leave me alone. We're gonna put our weapon away. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. Nope, we're gonna try and mount you again, buddy. Never mind. No, stop.
Let's head back and report to the old man.
Alright, so most important thing, we carve. Right, good. You guys haven't forgotten. Carve every single thing. Carve the trees, carve the rocks, carve the bones. Big monsters, they will give you 3 chances to carve. These small monsters, as you've noticed, will give you, if you can click on it, will give you 1 thing per carve. If you, once you're down in the actual like end game, you're probably gonna want to do more bones and more rocks than anything else. But carving these little monsters is still important. They'd stick around for quite a while too if you're not carving them. Like those were dead way before I finished off the big guy, and they still were there. So they disappear right after you carve them, as to not, I guess, overwork the game, so you don't have just a bunch of dead bodies lying around. Oh, our scout flies, they're activated.
I think we got a lead.
Yes! This is actually one of my favorite small monsters that we're gonna run into, and he has the coolest name.
Let's check it out.
Drum roll. It's gonna be kind of a long drum roll starting from now, but go little scout flies, go.
Hey.
There he is. Look at our little drooling boy. Pokey pokey. What
Well,
that tongue
you were right.
do though?
There's
What
our mark.
that tongue do though? Oh, he senses something. So Pookie
Something's
is probably,
agitated.
he's the smallest monster, but he is the first challenging
Look over
monster
there.
you were encounter in this
What
game.
the heck is that?
And it is simply
I've never seen
because
anything
he
like
can
it.
poison you.
You think
All
it's
the
from Zoran
ailments that can
Magdaros?
happen to the monsters can
I'd like
happen to you.
find out. But we better report
Depending
back
on what
first.
kind of armor that
Alright.
you're wearing, you'll have the same weaknesses or strengths that the actual monster you're hunting does. So if your monster that you're hunting is susceptible to fire, and you're trying to farm a fire monster, maybe don't wear that monster's armor, because you're going to have low fire resistance. Oh yeah, we got quite a bit. Take all, yes. Hunter rank 2. Killing it. Out here just destroying it. So as you see, that just popped up. So this is the first time I believe that it's popped up with a gadget proficiency. There's 8 different gadgets in this game for your Palico to carry. There is
see.
one that gets you more materials. There's one that can bring you back to life once you level it up enough. The biggest one I like to do for solo play is either the health or there's like a distraction one. So he'll like at the lower levels, he'll beat on a drum to get the monster's attention. When you get higher up though, he'll literally put down a dummy that the monster will go and attack. Super great for distracting the monsters.
going?
Leaves you open to do so much damage by yourself. But
Once
in
the
order to
camp
do
is set
that,
up, you can go after that
you
purple
have
cookie.
to
I wonder where the resource center
Okay.
is.
Yeah, let's do it. So, in every single video, I have had that same exact reaction because I love this little pig. As you see, we can change his clothes, we can edit his name. I don't have any outfits for him, unfortunately, so we can just change the color of his little pajamas there he's wearing. They're so cute. We can pick him up, we can pet him, but we can name him. If you guys like Poogie, let me know. If you guys want to change his name to something else, let me know. We'll change him. This is gonna be our first community name of an item. Excuse me. Oh yeah. Alright, so we're gonna go talk to some of these people with exclamation marks. Get as much information. I also just don't like seeing them on my mini-map.
Good to see you.
Yep.
Good luck.
Yep. This is the guy right here, Chief Ecologist. This is where you're going to bring all your research data to. He's going to update your hunter book, and then you'll have more information on the monster. Monster field guide updated. Yep. Go ahead and pause the video if you want to read that. Go and pause the video if you want to read that. Boom. Monster field guide. Large monsters. So as we see now, right now we just have the smallest, we have the largest, we have hunted / captured. We've hunted only one of these things, so this is a great Jagras. Got Pookie. Now as you see, we don't know what the smallest is, we don't know what the largest one that we've hunted is. We have characteristics, but that's about it. Now if you look at the great Jagras, because we have so much research on him and we've fought in him, we have a new tab for him, the physiology. Goodness gravy, I can't talk. We go over here. His head is breakable. His chest is breakable. His claws are breakable. weak points for weapons, you got bow guns to the head, super weak. Hammers to the head, super weak. Great swords to the head, super weak. Same 3 weapons for the chest, and same 3 weapons for the claws. Now they're only 2-star versus 3-star, so if you have one of those weapons, you're going to aim for the chest or the head, mostly on the excuse me, on that monster. Over to the right, we have that's super weak to fire. So if we had a fire weapon, he would have been slayed even faster than what we already did. Thunder weapon, ice weapon, water weapon, it wouldn't have done any kind of extra damage. It wouldn't have helped us out at all. Dragon weapon, basically the same thing in a 1-star. If we had a poison weapon though, we could have poisoned him multiple times. If we had a sleep weapon, we could have put him to sleep multiple times. Paralyzing, blast, stun, you're starting to get the idea. So as further we go along, we'll learn like what kind of items we can get from it, from breaking those specific parts that we just learned are breakable.
How are you feeling? Ha.
All right. And I kind of know where I want to end this first video off at.
Oh, you are too good to me.
So this right here, she's going to give us a mission. She helps us set up camps. We get a voucher, research points. Yep, if you want to pause it and read that, go right ahead. Registered bounties. So basically these are like side missions for the camp or for the map. Your side missions from other characters will be on the actual board itself.
This expedition underway.
So yep. Posting quests, doing multiplayer. You can join a quest for multiplayer. You can join an online session. You can post a new quest. So we have optional, which these are the side missions. So far we have deliver shroom caps. If we look over,
Embark on an expedition just by heading out through the gate.
oh, there you go. If you look over at the bottom right for the client, it says unlock a new canteen ingredient on first time completion. It will basically give you like stuff that you can complete. These are event missions. So these again, you'll get special items, and most of these are in the arena themselves. They're in a very specific area. Visitor from, yeah. Based off of how you do these, depends on your hunter rank. So we have 2 stars open, which means we can do a 1-star. If we go all the way up to 9 stars, it means we can do all of these. Again, all 9 stars here. And they'll give you materials for specific weapons. It'll give you materials for basically everything. But since this is for the camp, this upcoming mission, it's not going to let us pick it up. So we are going to go ahead. Now, depart on expedition. If you just leave the camp, it's going to put you in an expedition.
Right now,
which where I was talking about earlier, you can just kind of roam the map. You can explore out, open world map it. You can build your map so that you can see every area. He kind of covers it pretty well, but yeah, this was not explained at all in the previous Monster Hunters, at least that I played. They were just like, hey, welcome to the camp. All right, here's your first mission. Go hunt this monster.
Let's look for the campsite.
All right, so I know which campsite they want me to go to.
First, or if you're lost, open up your map or use your scout
Don't
flies to track
care.
it.
I'm not gonna get lost. So,
Whenever you leave the base without signing up for a quest, you'll go on an expedition. Over here.
hey, Lillian Researcher. So he'll give us, Grimlakines. I don't know how to promote that
There's no
or
time limit
pronounce
or
that.
cap on how many times you're allowed to faint. It means you can explore to your heart's content.
But basically what they are is they're like village, they're like native palicos to the region. And they'll leave like these little drawings for you. And when you unlock enough of their materials, or do enough research for them, then you can end up running into them, and they'll give you a new tool for your Palico. Also, if you just like to capture stuff, you can go over to this capture net, you can equip it, and then boom, I just captured ants. You can capture bugs, you can capture plants, you can capture ants. Look at this dude. Boom, captured. Capture birds, you can capture fish. It turns into basically Pokemon. So if I want to capture like these fish in the lake, I switch over. Now wait to go. Let's see. Okay, slowly but surely. Oh, not these ones. Not these ones. I made a mistake. Yeah, that's okay. They can't come out of the water anyways. Haha, suckers. It's time for sushi. Now, if you slay this dude, though, and he is a small monster, so Gaju. We got Gaju skin.
Don't forget, you can guard too.
We can make a set of armor for him. It's not like a full set of armor, though. I think it's just legs with this guy. A lot of the like smaller monsters that don't have like a full armor set, they'll give you, or like an armor set in general, they'll give you materials to build like one part or something like that. Paratoad, love these little toads, but now we got them. You'll compare sizes, you'll compare information. So like he was what, size 80.6, 86.98, that one's bigger. What about this one? This dude looks like a small little guy. They almost look like the frog from Captain Ginyu that he jumps into on Namek. Let's see, what is this? 75. It was a little guy. Alright, so we're just gonna go around here. We can gather materials. We can do more research on everything. I love how massive everything is. The field of view is just awesome. You can go and capture that bird. Oh, it is a big boy.
Target destination for your scout flies on the map.
Oh, we do not want to fight him right now.
Hey, partner.
So, when you're on an expedition, like he said earlier, there is no limit on the amount of times that you can faint, but the monsters will eventually leave the area if you engage them in combat. But we can get his material here. We can learn more about him before we go and fight him. Hang on, because I'm trying to find another camp. So now, we'll gather all this material for him, get to the next research level. Red
You can
pits.
use that as slinger ammo.
Yeah, I
Great
know.
for getting a monster's attention or creating a distraction.
So the more camps you have, the closer to the monster spawn you can get. So like, if I was looking for Anjanath, I'd want to use this camp over the first camp because it's right here and he likes to hang out in area 8. But as we're exploring,
Your wildlife map
we're
keeps
loading
track
up
of
our
where
map.
you are and where
So
the
we went
scout
to
flies are
9.
taking you. You can also use
this
it
will
to
show
keep
you what
tabs on
kind of traps
monsters.
are on the map too, so you can learn the map that way. There's Jaggerus right there. It will tell you the small monsters that are going on. It will show you the big monsters that are going on in the map as well. And then I should be able to find a place. Normally I just use the camp that's closest, but there is an area. Oh, Jaggerus saw me. Shh, get out of here. Go ahead, hunt some mores. Hey, we found a rare item. Nice. Light crystal. And the more materials that you find, the more rare items that you find. Flash bug, heck yeah. You want flash pods. Flash pods, so those little balls that I was like... Oh, jeez. Geckos. Yes. Give me geckos. So those little orbs that I blew up in the Jaggerus's face, those are like flash pods, essentially. Now, flash pod versus those pods is you can shoot the monster from anywhere. But the more times you flash the monster, the more likely it is to not affect the monster. So you gotta time that. As well as making sure you're doing as much damage as possible. We're gonna capture another one of those. And you can also decorate your room with these creatures too that you capture. So again, you can literally just put them on display as you ain't carrier cargo. Yeah, give me that. Let's see, we're going to area 2. I probably should just go to where I need to go with this great Jaggerus. So also when you're in these, like, when you're in these expeditions, you can fight that great Jaggerus. You're not on a time crunch. You can fight the Anjanoth if you want to, die multiple times, get some of his materials, because if you get some of his materials, you'll unlock his armor set, and obviously, like I said, he is a fire monster, so it would be beneficial to have his armor if you were going to plan on fighting him. Because then you would have fire resistance. More fire resistance than if I had just this normal iron on. But all this research points is good. Okay. Well, let me actually go ahead and continue on with this so this video doesn't get too long. Ooh. Oh,
Now,
this is
interesting. Let's report our findings to everyone at the resource center
yeah,
when we
I
get
know.
back.
This is ooh. Oh, I know this footprint too. That's how you can tell I've played this one too much. I want to say that this is Pooky's footprints, but I'm pretty sure this is, I forget his name, but it has like Viper in it. And it's like a little electric flying squirrel monster. Yes, give me some more research points for him. Oh yeah. There we go. Yes. So we should be able to discover that creature now. Hey, field team guy. Oh, girl. Sorry, my bad. So she's going to give us more side missions as well.
Yeah.
Head to the new campsite. Yeah, I mean, I got to anyways. Let's do
Over
it.
here.
So learning all these maps takes, again, multiple times. But I think there's like... like 4 or 5 different maps that you can learn. Yo, man, don't throw that paw at me. Kula. Kula. Can't pronounce this one's name either.
Well,
For
if
as
you
big
don't
of a
take care
fan
that
of
pest,
this game
camp won't last the night.
that I say I am, like, I don't try and learn every little thing about it. I know quite a bit of information for this game, but like pronouncing his name, Kuluyaku. Sure.
To return to base
Yeah,
for the
let's get
expedition,
footprints.
open the wildlife map and switch to the world map. Then select Astera.
Why would I do that? So he's like dropping feathers and stuff that we can all collect. Did our damage, then we're gonna back up. Oh, forgot to charge it. Ooh. Alright, so that should have poisoned him.
Okay, now's your chance.
Oh wait,
Hurry
no.
up before you get noticed again.
So as you can see, like with my shield up, or with my shield out, how it's red. That's because I charged the shield portion of it. Charge the sword portion. Now all of it should be. And now if I change it over to axe mode, it's going to do even more damage. Because now it's doing... No. There you go. Poison yourself. Yeah, get poisoned. So now he's going to be doing dot damage. Run as much as you can, but you're still getting dot damage, sucker. So poison weapons are good. They'll do extra damage over time, obviously, because they get poisoned. But the biggest thing is that, unlike most elements, I don't think poison has a limit. Oh. Yeah, broke your head, son. Can I do that? Yeah, there we go. There you go, now run to that wall. Or not. It's cool. So if you clutch claw them right, then you can drive them into a wall and knock them over. The bigger the monster, the harder they fall. But seriously, the bigger the monster, the harder they fall. You're missing out on damage here. Now you can only do that too if your slinger hammer is full. I want this, because that's material. A wyvern tier. Giving that to me early game. Yeah, busted your head. The more parts that you break off of it too.
You need to load the slinger with some ammo. See anything useful lying around?
Yeah. But so the more you damage them, the more they're gonna get stunned. As you saw, the more times I hit him in the head was knocking him over, just because. Oh, I didn't even notice you, buddy. You go ahead and enjoy your meal. Now these two are gonna fight because they stepped into each other's territory.
That's a piercing pod, a powerful type of slinger ammo.
Yep.
That's able to pierce the thick
Oh
shell
yeah,
of monsters.
let's go. I like to let the monsters do some damage too, especially when it comes to like late game monster damage. Whoa. Ooh. Oh geez, my weapon is in need of sharpening. Don't disrupt me, don't disrupt me. Ah, dang it.
Low. Keep your distance and
Yep.
use a potion.
I shouldn't have wasted that. So it didn't fully sharpen my weapon. So now I gotta sit there, I gotta stop, and oh, my weapon didn't get charged. And now I'm stunned. But he is also
Taking
acquired.
hits like that repeatedly will stun you.
Come on,
meaning you
come on.
won't be able to move.
So with red damage, like even his, like red sharpness, even his skin, his normal skin will make me bounce off. Now he is annoying because of that stupid rock that he carries. And that I'm gonna sling onto his face. I'm gonna get him. And then we're gonna send him into this rock.
Now's your chance. Hit it with all you've got.
This isn't gonna do as much damage, but alright, so you see now how he's limping. Oh, we got the skull icon. Okay, so that's how we're gonna know that he's close to being slain. Typically, if they're in that state, the monster's gonna run off to his nest and then try and rest and recuperate itself. If they do have the skull icon, or you see that they're limping, then you can either, to end the hunt quickly, you can just place a trap, and then you'll trap the monster with the right, oh jeez. Now he can slay the monster for me. Now that is a very interesting part of this game. Oops. Stupid rock. So he decided, oh no. Whoops. It happens. Especially since we're playing with like the beginning armor. Even if you've played this game 100 times, 200 times, 1,000 times, had so many hours into it, the simplest of things can get you. That's one thing that's good about this game, and one thing that's also bad about this game, because little small stuff like that can end the whole hunt for you. But we're on an expedition, so we don't have to worry too much about it. Gathering all this research points. Now we gotta go track down Pookie. So my stamina's wore out because I was just in combat. So now if I didn't know where he was going, I would be, if I didn't have him on the mini-map and know my way around the map, this place can get very, very confusing very, very quick. Oh, he's right there. And trap. Got him. Oh, what happened, buddy? Didn't see that one coming, did you? Get his pieces, and then we're in a card. Traps are a huge part. Mostly the binding traps, I feel like, are the most important because they'll hold the monster still. That one will just do a little bit of damage to the monster. And if I remember correctly, as you go up into the harder monsters, it kind of calculates for that damage difference and monster health difference. So like that did 70 because we're in the very beginning of the game. Oh yeah. Oh no. Oh wait, yeah, that's right. So this is actually perfect because I slayed him. And now we're also unlocking a new part of our map. So now if we want to, we can go this direction.
I think we could build the camp
Yeah,
here.
we can.
Let's ask the
You
head
know it.
honchos.
Alright, so... Oh, where do we go now? Trying to remember, because this is also where we find the little cat natives. Hey, there we go. We gotta follow it. Take us to your tribe. Take us to your tribe. Yeah. Let's go. So if you follow these guys to their little home, then that's how you get the new equipment for your helico. Little guy, he's so scared. So scared. It's okay, buddy. I'm not gonna hurt you. Yeah, we're on your trail, though. We go up, up, up. We go up, up, up. Oh, I did not mean to do that. As you see, we get more carvings. Lucky there's no monsters around us. And then here is the little campsite. And I'm pretty sure we have to have more research on them before they'll actually talk to us. Or maybe I just went too quick. I may have went too quick. Ah, rats. Wonder if we can find him again. There he is. Hey, buddy. There we go. So it kind of keeps our place. So we gotta, like, follow behind him. Nope, nope, no, no. Okay, I'm glad that it doesn't just automatically keep me out. There you go. Yeah. Bog trappers. So basically every time you find one of these, your little palico will want to join the little group, and then we can have their flash fly cage. Okay, so that's a pretty good one. Actually, is this the one that I'm thinking of? Maybe. So now, not only will they help us out, and we can have them join us. So as you see, now I have Persia and Trapways underneath my weapon information. So now he'll follow us around and he'll fight monsters with us. We can also get a oh goodness, what's it called? Essentially like a mount. So the mounts are going to be the small creatures that are most popular to that area. Let's jump. Turn from expedition. Heck yeah, we rip the sweat. Has very much similar music to I don't know if you all played Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. That was my jam back in the day on the GameCube. Yes. It came out with a recent version for the Switch, and I definitely downloaded it.
Magnifique.
All right.
Don't let me down.
Yay, we got a new camp unlocked, guys.
I have something special just for you.
Yep, and then we'll talk to her again. Nice, great help. So now we'll go back to her and talk, and then all those campsites that we found, we will go ahead and be able to, let's see, we should be able to locate them. So these are investigations. You can get special rewards for completing them, but they're a specific monster. So as you gather information about them, you'll get specific rewards for completing it. Some are you can only capture them, some you can only slay them, but faint 2 times, the time expires before the target gets slain. That's how the mission ends. And some of these too, like these are 30-minute hunts, these are 15-minute hunts. Granted, we could do it in 15 minutes, but the rewards at the bottom are dictated by the color of the box. So the gold ones are going to give you the most, like, rarest rewards from that monster, and then bronze and so on and so forth. Delivery requests. So Ancient Forest Camp 1, Ancient Bone, Iron Ore. We got plenty of those. Boom, we just got a new camp. Great help. As far as 1 mega potion. Boom, we got Dice State. We got both those camps. There was another camp set up, so I don't know where that one is, but interesting. Alright, we gotta go speak to the commander. Let's see what the commander has to say.
Hunt's keeping you busy?
Yeah, send it the SOS flare. So now that's a gift and a curse because the monsters will get stronger the more people that are hunting it, but you also have more damage going out too, so it kind of balances out. Yeah, hunting Pookie Pookie.
We're the ones to get it done.
The 5th has
Speak
an urgent
to the
mission.
handler.
Partner, you'd better come see me.
Hey there.
Alright, we're finally going our separate ways, which means we are just getting out of the tutorial area. So we shouldn't have anything more of him running us around or coming with us on hunts. Being like, hey, follow me. But we are going to upgrade. Nice. So we are going to forge some equipment. Now, forging equipment wasn't an option before because we didn't have that much materials. We only had small monster materials. Now this here is where you craft your armor. So obviously we need iron for the leather. We need iron for the chainmail. Those are the two top ones. Now when we start getting into the next sets of armor, it's all depending on like the rarity and the star level of the monster that you're actually fighting. So since we fought Kulaku, we have Kulaku's armor unlocked. Now if we had to worry about any kind of water monster, we definitely would not want this armor. Because it has -3 versus water. It doesn't give us anything for fire resistance, whereas the Jaguarus gives us -2 for fire resistance. We don't want that. Remember how I told you that those fish, they may create one piece of armor? Boom, legs. So it gives you aquatic and polar mobility. Now that's changed. It was just aquatic mobility before, because there wasn't that much ice around. But now since the DLC came out, it gives you that. Now that is 12 defense by itself. We got 12 defense here, plus 4 fire damage. Now, I definitely would like to get this, just because of that 12 defense. That's really going to help us out. We are going to go ahead and purchase these arms, and we're going to get us some more defense before we go and fight Pookie Pookie. I would very much love to be able to have poison resistance, but yeah, look at that arm. But that always doesn't work out. So we got Hunter Mail, or we got Bone Mail. So we got Slugger, Horn Maestro. I'm looking at the skills right now. Attack boost, health boost. We got Barbecue Master, Scent Hound, Stealth. And then now when you're forging your armor, you can look at the skill by hitting the back button. Increases gauge fill rate by 50% for your scout flies gauge. Makes it very easy in the very beginning of the game, but don't have to technically worry about that right now. I think I want more of the health boost because that's going to give us plus 15 health right off the bat, and it only requires bones. Now so that requires 3, 4, and then we have 7. Okay, so we're going to make a full set of this. Wait, what do the arms give me? Slugger? Don't really need to worry about. That just helps us knock out the monster. Armor crafting doesn't really change much. But this is it, guys. We are doing it. We are getting the first set of actual armor from... Well, this is just from Bone, but... Horn Maestro, we don't actually really need. And you can mix and match armor. Like, you don't have to just get the armor set just because. Now, some armors later in the game will have specific things to them. And those you are going to want to do with the full set and tie that in somehow. They'll have a limit number of pieces that you have to get the maximum skill set for that armor. But I think for this one, we're just going to go ahead, max out 2 skills. Why not? Get some water defense as well. This may look a little silly, but oh well, we don't care. We're not looking for fashion right now. Fashion will come later. Which, I mean, even so, doesn't look terrible. As you can see, the armor does get pretty bulky. And then we're going to upgrade our charge blade again. If possible. We're missing material there. And we are definitely missing material there. Let's see. We can do 396 with green. And that will be one way to our stun weapon. So this can go into a poison weapon or a water weapon. Okay, we'll hold off for right now. We got a pretty good weapon. Let's see. It's almost 400 damage though. It could be a little bit better. It's almost 60 more damage. It's about the same sharpness. So, say I wanted to get to that Jaggerous weapon right there. I'd have to go over here. I'd have to forge a charge blade. Have to go back to figure out what it is. But since I already know it's the bone tree, you'll go here. We'll craft the bone switch axe. We'll equip it. Then we'll go over here and we will upgrade equipment. Track down our charge blade, which is going to be right there. We're going to upgrade it once. And then we are going to go down. Ooh. Oh, I can't do it. We're going to go to the Jaggerous tree. We're going to upgrade that. And we don't lose our other weapon. Anything that you craft, you can come back to, or you can do whatever you want extra to it. If I want to, I can come back later on when we discover that water monster and then turn it into a water weapon. Or turn it into a poison weapon once we figure that out. That actually might be Pookie. But we need the water weapon first. So it's all about farming, building, getting stronger. And now we have a stronger weapon. We have a good set of armor. And we are ready. Yeah, we look a little silly right now. My Xbox version, dude looks like a straight up anime character. Talk to this Fiverr bro.
Working hard? Good luck.
Yeah. 15 truffle. Again, I don't like to see those exclamation marks.
Hey there, partner.
Raid hunt Pookie. Boom, right there. And that is where we're gonna end this video, guys. We got through the that very long tutorial. We are ready to start hunting on our own and getting missions as they come in. And let me know what you guys think about this game. Longer content is going to be more of a tradition on this channel for right now. Even though like I'm brand new to YouTube, I'm still going to be posting content consecutively, making sure I have enough content to keep posting throughout the week. But definitely just let me know. Leave a comment in the comment section. Hit that thumbs up button. Hit the subscribe button. You'll see all these new contents, and like I said, play the game with me. If this is your first Monster Hunter, we'll walk through it together. I'll answer any questions that you have about it to the best of my ability. If not, I'll share content that helped me get through the game my first time, or still helps me get through the game now. And with that, I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye!